So hello everybody. I am so excited for this Miami facial. Today I'm joined with Carla and Elizabeth. And let's start with introductions. If you two would like to introduce yourselves, because I'm excited for everybody to meet you guys.
Carla,
Go
you
ahead,
go
Elizabeth. Oh,
Go.
hi, I am Carla Barrick. I am the Director of Education for 360 Aesthetic Devices, and that is the NanoStamp 360 and our Cryoline 360. And I am also a licensed cosmetologist working as an esthetician, aesthetic nurse. I have also been a salon owner. I still work a little bit behind the chair, behind the table, in the room. I don't know what you call that. And I am so excited about today's Platinum Miami facial. This is my favorite treatment right now. And
Ever.
Elizabeth, ever, yes. Right now, I mean, it's honestly, it is so amazing. I love this treatment for older clients, younger clients with acne scar. It's really for just about anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say I would only avoid it for someone that is really, really sensitive. That would be
Exactly.
the only time I would say no. But yeah, Carla, is it my turn now?
Yes, please.
My name is Elizabeth Camacho. I am the founder and CEO of DermaJEM. DermaJEM, we sell aesthetic devices that help you grow your business. We have all kinds of facial devices, all kinds of body devices. And today, in the Platinum Miami facial, we're going to talk about my little friend over here. His name is Aries, or her name is Aries. I'm not really sure, boy or girl. And she has quite a few different options. We're going to be using the hydrodermabrasion and the cold therapy with this treatment. But we also have two other hydro devices and one more exclusive that is coming out tomorrow. Okay, so really excited. We have two other devices, one that just has hydro and another one that has hydro and oxygen, and one that is coming out tomorrow. And I'm so excited about it. But anyway, I digress. This device is great. It is our top selling device. We are going to be using one of our Mederi serums in the treatment. So that's what's in the jar. It's our hydrodermabrasion serum. It's called Hibiscus Fix. It's a blend of malic, lactic, and azelaic acids. And we'll talk about why it's great in a minute. But anyway, that's me in a nutshell, I guess. So we're doing a bit of a hybrid situation today. Carla is joining us from beautiful. Where are you joining us from? Beautiful.
I'm in Seattle today.
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle,
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I'll be doing the treatment and Carla's going to be talking and I'm going to be talking too. And if I do anything wrong with the NanoStamp 360, Carla, you tell me, okay? Also, if I drop anything, guys, FYI, I am clumsy. I will drop things. So forgive me in ahead of time. Okay. That's it.
Okay. So, oh, there is our beautiful model.
Say hi, Hazel.
Hello, Hazel.
So I'm going to go ahead and get started cleansing Hazel with our first cleanse. Maria, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to touch on before we started, but I'm going to go ahead and get started.
I'm not sure where she went.
Okay. I'm right here.
But, oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. No, we're good to go.
All right, awesome. So I'm going to start with the Mega Rich Antioxidant Cleansing Gel. Now, this treatment is a combination of 360 devices, DermaJEM, and M.A.D Skincare. So if you guys have not had an opportunity to get to know M.A.D Skincare, you really should. There's a lot of options, and M.A.D Skincare actually stands for Maximum Active Dermaceuticals. So that's where the M.A.D comes from. So you're going to see a significant amount of actives all throughout our protocol with their products, because they love to talk about, or they love to add as many active ingredients and, you know, skin positive ingredients they can at every level of the treatment. So we started with the Mega Rich. Could you grab that? Tatiana is here with me. She is our aesthetic trainer, and she is going to be being Miss Vanna White for me. So what do we got in the Mega Rich Antioxidant Cleanser?
So Do you want me to? Okay. Mega Rich, the Mega Rich Antioxidant Cleanser. It is a nourishing, gentle cleanser that has Trinity tea complex, cranberry, apple, and philodendron extracts to make your skin healthy and look its best. I do want to add, I know Elizabeth mentioned, big on actives on here. The one thing that I've had a lot of people ask me about the Platinum Miami is like, with all the actives and all the different modalities, is it okay? Is it safe? I want to say M.A.D Skincare's products, although there are actives in there and they are very effective, every step of this is is still very gentle on the skin, although it's very results oriented. Would you
Yeah,
agree,
I'm
Elizabeth? Okay.
definitely. I think the idea of this treatment was one, to give you guys the tools you needed to provide the results oriented or results focused treatments that our clients want. I think it was also made so that you can combine modalities, because let's be honest here, guys, this is the money making esthetician group, right? So we are all about figuring out ways that we can make more money in our same time frame. And that's also what's great about this treatment is you are going to make a significant amount of money with a modality rich treatment like this that gives your clients results after the first session than what you would do on a treatment that is only that maybe requires 7 or 8 sessions before your client sees any difference in their skin. So yes, it is absolutely 100% safe. We've tested it on quite a lot of different people and I haven't had a bad reaction yet. On the contrary, everybody's like, what did you do to me? Do it again. So we're going to go on with the Mandelic Refining Cleanser. So this is a blend of mandelic, lactic, and tartaric acid. So that first Mega Rich Antioxidant Cleansing Gel is mainly for, removing makeup, any oil, any buildup. So we are now going to begin our first light exfoliation, degreasing, almost like a prep to the acids that we're going to apply in just a moment. So Carla, do you want to talk about a little bit about the Mandelic Refining Cleanser?
Yes, Mandelic Refining Cleanser. So this one, again, although it is the first step in the exfoliation, it is also a gentle exfoliating cleanser. This one will help acneic, or it's also great for sensitive, inflamed skin. It helps to regulate the skin's pH balance. So the mandelic acid, it's an alpha hydroxy acid derived
from bitter almonds.
From bitter almonds, yes. It's gentler yet more effective, and it accelerates the cell turnover, helps remove dead skin that leads to dull complexions and fine lines.
Yeah, the thing that's great about mandelic acid in general, guys, and you all know this, is that it has a large molecule size. So because it has a large molecule size, we are able to use it on all Fitzpatrick skin types safely, even on sensitive skin. This is also a great cleanser if you have acne prone skin. It's a really good cleanser to have in your arsenal. I will say clients that tend to lean to the drier side, I would suggest not using this cleanser daily. Maybe they can use it 2 or 3 times a week, just because it can get a little bit, exfoliating.
Yeah.
All right, so now she's pretty much prepped. Just gonna make sure I removed everything well. And now I am using facial towels, but you can use a sponge or 4x4 to remove these. Totally fine. I find facial towels to be much more efficient, especially with foaming cleansers. Okay, so now we're going to go into everyday renewing toner. So now we're going to help rebalance the pH of the skin. So the everyday renewing toner, I wish you guys could smell it. I always have everybody smell it when we do it in treatments, in trainings, because it smells so good. It's got a cranberry extract that really, really gives it a beautiful, really pleasant aroma. But it also has Trinity tea complex, cranberry extract, arnica extract, and calendula flower extract. So it's going to help rebalance the pH of the skin and really allow us to move on to our next process, which is going to be the peeling process. So we're going to start with one of two peels. And yes, we're going to do two peels, and they are going to be layered one on top of the other. Oh my God, is everybody stressed out? I'm not. I think that this is the part where people are like start getting nervous, right, Carla?
Yes, yeah. I think you mentioned actives, you mentioned peels, and
Like, whoa,
multimodalities,
what's
and people
going
are
on?
like, yeah.
So we're going to start with the multi-C retinol peel, okay? So I want you guys to start thinking about, we've applied lots of antioxidants, mandelic acids, more antioxidants with the Everyday Renewing Toner, and now we're going in with a mixture of multi-fruit acids. I believe it's lactic and glycolic acids as well. Yes, I'm so good. I got an A on my test. This has a pH of 3, and think of the acids in this as the vehicle for you to apply, to get your vitamin C and your retinol where you want it to go. So this has a pH of 3. It is, it's not super spicy. I think it's like a light spice, like a mild sauce, you know? But your clients should be around on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say about a 3, 4 max, no more than a 5.
They will definitely feel activity, but it's like Elizabeth said, it's not uncomfortable or it's, unbearable, but they will definitely feel the activity on their skin with this one.
Yeah. So this has a pH of 3. So, not too bad, not too crazy, but definitely spicy. The peel is supposed to have this color, just so that you all know. So this is normal. You actually want to shake the peel before you apply it, so that you can make sure everything is working together. So we leave that on for about 3 to 5 minutes. And Hazel, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? With like activity.
9, 10.
O sea, de actividad te sientes tan fuerte que es un 9. Súper fuerte. ¿Sientes el ácido?
No tanto.
No. ¿Cómo lo sientes? ¿Lo sientes poquito, mediano?
Poquito.
Poquito. Okay, so she said it's just a little. At first she said 9. I'm like, do you understand this? What do you mean 9? Do we take this off? No, but you're fine. She's a little bit pink around her cheeks, but she actually is one of these people that is always a little bit pink on the cheeks, and this is absolutely normal for her. So we're going to go in next with our other layer of peel, which is our Genesis Growth Factor peel. Now this is 3% growth factor complex, triple stem cell complex, multi-fruit acid, lactic acid, and glycolic acid. So you have a beautiful combination of similar combination of acids, and we're just going to layer this right on top of the other one. This has a pH of 2.5. So what will happen? She will start to feel activity again, and then it's going to subside. Okay, these are gel-based peels. But you know what the thing is, guys, is our clients nowadays, if they don't feel anything, they're gonna feel like nothing's happening. Nothing's going on, right?
Here's the other thing I wanted to mention about peels. Well, one, you mentioned peels 3 to 5 minutes each peel.
Yeah.
For me, the timing of the peel is super important. When we do these demos, sometimes we have to speed it up a little bit, but 3 to 5 minutes for each peel. The other thing with peels, yes, they're going to feel the activity. The one thing that the other conversation I have often with estheticians is the amount of peeling you get. So what I want to say is the amount of peeling your client is going to get is not necessarily indicative of how well the peel works. Yes, with technology these days and like the advancement in skincare and formulation and all of that, you really shouldn't see a ton of peeling in your client's skin. If you do,
If-
that's totally fine too. Depends on the peel, right? But it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that if your client didn't peel, they didn't get a great result or they're not getting benefits from the peel.
What I think is peels are being buffered a lot better now, and they're being made to not create that like super intense peeling feeling and that like downtime of peels. You know, a lot of companies are working on scientific advances to make those be less apparent, you know, because people don't want the downtime. They want the results without the downtime.
Yes, definitely. So, and then I get some estheticians that are like, well, my clients are going to feel like they're not getting a great peel if they're not going to get the peeling. And I think that's where us as professionals, we have to do our job of also educating our clients on that. Because while a lot of clients don't want the downtime, they want to get right back into their routine. There are those clients that have that mindset of like, I didn't peel from this, you know, it didn't work or you didn't do it right. So you
Right.
really have to educate your clients. That's where you as a professional get to step in, educate your client, letting them know what to expect. Like you may have some flaking, you may have some peeling, you may not, but it doesn't mean that you're not getting a great peel. Part of that is the formulation of the peel you're using. And then part of that is the condition of their skin, right? If there's someone who's on
Right.
great skincare already, I'm not going to expect them to have a ton of peeling or
Correct.
flaking.
Like
So,
I generally, with even peels that are supposed to make you peel, I don't peel that much.
yep.
So yeah, because we use great professional skincare. So I'm starting now with what's called a M.A.D hack. So M.A.D Skincare has these little tips and tricks that they call a M.A.D hack. And what I am doing right now is I am slowly bringing up her pH. So when we neutralize a peel, typically we go straight to a neutralizer. And what happens is the client feels typically an increase of activity before they feel that decrease of activity. Well, here we are doing the opposite. We are raising the pH of her skin slowly so that we can control that reaction and make sure that she doesn't have that increase of activity. So the first thing I put on that you just saw me do was the Everyday Renewing Toner. So the peels that you saw me do had a 3. We had one that was a 3 pH and another one that was a 2.5 pH. Now the Everyday Renewing Toner has about a 4.5 pH. So we raise the pH of the skin to about a 4. Now I'm going in with just some distilled water. And I'm just running that through her face. And that's raising the pH to about a 6 or a 7. And then I'm going to go in with M.A.D Skincare's neutralizing solution, which is wonderful because it's not just a typical neutralizing solution. So it also has some skin benefits. You're going to have, I can't read. You have licorice extract, rosemary oil, oat-derived soothing extract. So it's going to really soothe and calm the skin along with make sure that we stop the activity of the peel. So this has about a 9 pH. So that's why we don't want to go from a 3 to a 9 in 2.5 seconds and have your client have that increase of activity before they have a decrease. So I want you guys to take a look at her skin. We've done those 2 layers of peels. You don't see this crazy redness. You don't see crazy irritation. You don't see her skin all hot and bothered and like she wants to kill me for doing anything to her face. You don't see that, right? It looks like it's safe to move forward, right? So that's the thing that you want to look at and you want to see when you're doing these treatments on your clients. Like I know I can continue to do things to her skin because her skin is in great shape. She has good tolerant skin. And she's not showing me signs of a bad reaction, okay? Hazel, do you still feel, sientes actividad en algún lado?
No.
Todavía o ya, nada del pío. No lo sientes en ningún lado.
I have a
I'm
question.
speaking in Spanish.
What is a sign of a bad reaction?
Okay, so you would get a lot of blotchiness, redness, an inflammatory response. You would see it, you know? A bad reaction would be like you literally put it on somebody and they immediately start to blow up. What you're really looking for is inflammation, I think, more than anything. So Carla, you want to add to that?
Yeah. So inflammation. So with the treatments that we do, any of the treatments we do, and I talk about this a lot with microchanneling, we want to be able to stimulate the skin while being able to control the amount of inflammation that we have in the skin, right? When we look at stimulation and we look at inflammation, we actually want to be on the side of stimulation because that's anti-aging. It's great for the skin. You're going to get great results. When you now move towards inflammation, inflammation is actually pro-aging. I know many, many years ago, as estheticians, as skincare providers, we always thought we needed to induce a lot of inflammation to get great results. We don't actually have to do that. We know that now. We can stimulate the skin and get amazing results, better results when we're able to control inflammation. So with this protocol, every step of the way, we are stimulating the skin while also controlling the amount of inflammation. So like with this this peel step here, right? Elizabeth first used the multi-C and retinol peel with the pH of 3. And then she brought it down slowly to the next peel, which was a 2.5. And then the neutralization process, again, slowly bringing it up. So we're not dropping and then quickly raising back up the pH. Everything is slow, and that helps to control the inflammation.
All right, so now we're going to do our third exfoliating step, which is our hydrodermabrasion. So we are going to use our silicone tip. And the only reason why we can do that in this treatment is because we have this silicone tip. If we had a traditional plastic hydro tip, you would not be able to do this treatment, to do this hydro on her at this point. It would be way too much for her skin. And this silicone tip really makes the difference. It really allows for your clients to be able to get these multi-level treatments without being over exfoliated. Again, stimulated, not inflammation. So we are going to do our hydrodermabrasion. We're using the hibiscus fix, like I said earlier, inside the device. And this allows us, it's a very similar makeup to the peels that we used on in our treatment. So that's why I chose it as the one to use for this treatment. So we are doing the hydro. And you'll notice I'm also doing it always in the direction of lymphatic flow. I'm never doing it outside of that.
So, and again, she's using the silicone tip for this protocol. The device does come with multiple different types of tips. So you can customize this depending on the treatment you're doing. If you're doing just a hydro, you might want to use a different tip. If you're doing, depending on the treatments that you are going to be doing with this device. So in this protocol, it is the silicone tip, but Elizabeth has several different tips to do other for other purposes.
Grab a box of tips and just show it really quick. So you do get a box of 12 different tips for this treatment. You get tips like this that are silicone tips. You get tips that are a hard traditional plastic hydro tip. And then you get tips that are a hydro diamond tip that have the diamond tip inside. So Tatiana is bringing the box now to show you guys. But basically, that is the box that you get with your device. Now, we also have our new scalp tips. So those are also a great option if you want to do some scalp treatments, which I think we talked about the last time I did a live here. And we will be talking a lot about both this treatment and the scalp treatment in Las Vegas, right, Carla?
Yes. Yeah. The scalp treatment is, I love the scalp treatment. So remember, scalp is also skin, right? So we don't need to stop working on skin here. We've got neck, we've got chest, we've got scalp. So you have so many treatment options within this device here. There's the scalp tips. Yeah. And the scalp tips are great. I know you're going to talk about it, but I love there's little what do you
They're
call
like
them,
little
Elizabeth?
nubs. They're like
Nubs.
little
Okay.
nubs. Think
There's
of them like
little
little
nubs.
baby fingers massaging your client's scalp.
Yeah. So it helps to like massage, stimulate the scalp, and I would think it helps in the exfoliation process as well.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like it 100, like the real purpose is for exfoliation.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have these little nubs on them, these little prongs at the top and at the bottom of them, and then they allow you to exfoliate the scalp really deeply and really almost like, you know how we all like to get our head scratched, kind of like that. I don't know. So now I am applying, quite possibly.
I was gonna show things.
Yeah, show the scalp tips. Go ahead.
These are the ones that
See the little nubs.
Yeah, see the little
Yeah.
nubs. And oh man, those scalp waste jars are so good.
There is a question here. It says, is there a skincare line that you recommend for scalp treatments?
So there's a couple of things I would recommend for scalp treatments. So there is Oceuticals from Dermastart. They have a copper tide scalp mist, which is beautiful. And if you're going to do any sort of channeling on the scalp, I would recommend my friend the NanoStamp 360. And I would recommend the M.A.D Skincare's Anagen Growth Factor ampules. We've seen incredible results with those, and they're great for boosting hair growth in the scalp. So yeah, so these are the Anagen growth factors. So there's Anagen, there's the Bright, and there is the anti-aging, the anti-wrinkle ones, which we will use. Now, what I'm using here right now is called Extraction in a Fraction. This is quite possibly one of my favorite M.A.D products, but this is an extraction solution. And what it's going to do is it's going to help dilate the pore and help us get those impactions out. So all I did was apply it and kind of massage it in. And y'all, if you don't have this or something like this, you need it. It'll make your life so much easier. Now you certainly can put this all over the face if you were going to extract all over the face, but we're only going to extract in the T-zone with the device. So that's all I applied it on. Now I'm going to go in with my device, and I'm going to be using a twisting motion. I'm only going to do this on the forehead, nose, and chin. And I'm just going to get rid of any comedones, any extractions, and everything's been softened with the peel, the exfoliation, and now the extraction in a fraction. This also makes the extraction process much faster. One of the things I like to always tell estheticians is to not be afraid, especially in the nose, to really use your free hand to hold and the hand with the device to really press. These silicone tips are not going to hurt the skin. They're not going to abrade the skin. So really, really like move the nose as you need it. It being cartilage, it's going to move around on you if you don't give yourself stability. So then we'll pick up that last bit of extraction in a fraction. And levántame el labio dentro del vaso. And we're going to continue and finish off doing these extractions on the chin. Now I want to talk a little bit about money, since this is the money-making esthetician. Wait, we cannot hear. You guys can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Since this is the money-making esthetician, let's talk about money. What?
Carla doesn't, we don't hear Carla.
We don't hear Carla. Are you muted, honey? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with
Can you
my
hear me
micro.
now?
Yes. I'm gonna
Okay.
get started with
Okay.
the channeling.
Am I back? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say, before you get into the money part of this, can you give any tips on doing the extraction, like on the nostril part?
Yes. So you want to, like, I'm not shy. I have gloves. You can change your gloves if you need to after this. But like, put your hand in your client's nose and hold their nose taut and twist. This area is very, very pliable. So if you need to, use your other hand for stability. They can breathe through their mouth. Do not feel bad for them. They're here because they want you to leave their skin looking gorgeous. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my microchanneling, which I have the new NanoStamp 360 sheaths, guys.
Nice.
Protected skin.
Yeah.
Nano White here. Hello. If you don't have these, you need them. Like, they're sized exactly for the device. And I have a 0.25 microchannel cartridge on. So you guys can see how many needles are here. You want to talk about this, Carla?
Yes, there are 28 on the microchanneling tip that she's using there. She's using a 0.25. So while we have other tips, other depths, because this is a multi-modality, multi-layered facial, the 0.25 is perfect for this. We don't have to really go more than that. We've got our exfoliating steps, we've got the peel and all of that. So 0.25 is perfect for this. If you felt like you needed to go more, 0.5, but really the 0.25 is perfect. If you wanted to go more, I wouldn't go more than a 0.5. Also, because we're not using numbing here, we're kind of just going straight through the protocol, going right into the microchanneling. 0.25 numbing is optional. Most people can take that without numbing. If you do
I haven't numbed Hazel, so she's fine.
then she's fine. Yeah, there's no numbing here today. If you have someone with a very low pain tolerance or you plan to use a 0.5, you can numb at this point, remove it, and then move into the microchanneling step. So she is using the NanoStamp 360. We're using a microchanneling tip here. The device runs 2 speeds, 7,000 RPMs and 9,300 RPMs. There's speed 1 and speed 2. As far as speed, I will say that's going to be largely personal preference. Myself, I like to use it on speed 2. The reason for that is the faster that the machine is working, the faster those tips are moving up and down, the less discomfort there is for your client. And also you're going to get through the treatment faster. So faster is a benefit for both you and your client, because for your client, if there's any discomfort, it won't take that long to get through a treatment. And for you as a professional, time is money, right? You can use, if you're using a slower device or smaller configuration, it's going to take you longer to do the treatment. And time is money. So if you can get more clients in and make more money, isn't that the goal here?
Better.
So,
Hello, of course.
yeah, so the 2 speeds again, what are the 2 speeds? Speed 1, 7,000 RPMs. That's revolutions per minute. What that means is how fast that tip is moving up and down on the device. Some people, when you feel it, there is a light vibration there, and that's because that motor is running really fast. So it's not just a vibration, it's actually moving up and down. The tip is moving up and down, 7,000 RPM, speed 1, 9,300 on speed 2. The device also offers nano infusion. So this is true nano infusion. When you are doing nano infusion, your tip should look like a microchip. It is, see if I can pull one out here and show you. It looks like a microchip. They are microscopic little pyramids. And this is a totally different treatment modality. So you are able to to do a whole other treatment with this device. The nano infusion is non-invasive. What it does is it infuses the product that you have on the skin deeper than if with manual application, like with your fingers. So with microchanneling, frequency of treatment there is every 4 weeks minimum. So if you're going to be doing the Platinum Miami facial every 2 weeks, you can alternate the microchanneling step for the nano infusion or the ultrasound on the Aries. The nano infusion option with this device, you can use this with your just about any of your favorite serums in your back bar, really. Your hydrating serums, you can use it. There's many peels that you can actually use with the nano infusion as well. And so with the system, you've got microchanneling, skin and hair, you've got your nano infusion, you can work that into your facials like we're doing here. You can do them as standalone. So you have lots of different treatment options within the devices that are in the Platinum Miami facial. So with your Aries, with your NanoStamp, you have lots of different treatment options, not just within the Platinum Miami, although this is the most amazing protocol you can have here. So
we are using really quick, sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Simpla Bright
Yeah.
serum. Let me just add a little bit. And these are the new M.A.D Platinum synthetic placenta and 3 different molecular weight hyaluronic acids serums. They're amazing. They have a synthetic lab-made placenta. So they perfected it in the laboratory and put it in that product. And that's what we're using to channel into the skin. And this one has growth factors, and it also has the brightening ingredients as well. So it's going to have a brightening effect. There's also the anti-wrinkle, which is just the growth factors. And there's also the anagen, which is growth factor synthetic placenta for the scalp.
So three different formulations of the Simpla serum.
Yep.
In that vial, you can get 3 to 4 facials out of that. So there's a lot of product in there. You don't need much. I would say 3 to 4 easily out of that one vial. So if you were
I can tell you at a trade show, we've done up to 5. And
Yeah.
not because we've been trying to limit our use. It's just you don't need a lot. It's quite fluid. It has a really nice consistency. It's light, but at the same time allows you to glide nicely.
It gives you enough working time. Like it doesn't just absorb and dissipate very quickly. It gives you enough working time so you don't have to use a ton of product. So with the microchanneling step, again, 0.25. So although we're only using a 0.25 depth, it's not very deep, right? The growth factors in the serum help drive those signals deeper into the skin. So, you know, many years ago with microneedling and things like that, we always thought we had to go deeper and go very aggressive. And what we know now is that collagen is formed only in the top 0.6 of the skin. So you really don't have to go very deep to get that collagen induction. So even at a 0.25 and using that growth factor serum, that signal is going to be driven much deeper than a 0.25 depth. So with microchanneling, how it works is it's that collagen induction. It's simulating an injury in the skin. So if you think of like when you get a cut or a scrape, the way that the skin heals. Oh, did you press the button?
Yeah.
The way the skin heals is it boosts collagen and elastin production in those areas to help heal the skin. So when you create these hundreds of thousands of microchannels in the skin, your body thinks there's a larger injury and it goes into that repair mode and kicks in that collagen and elastin production. So it helps to improve the overall tone and texture of the skin.
Can we talk about this triangle shape? Because that's the magic.
So the triangle tips, our patented triangle tips. The purpose of this shape of the triangle tip, it is larger than your like standard microneedling tip. Typically, those are going to be about like a dime size, if not smaller. Our tip is probably closer to a quarter, size of a quarter. So although it is a larger tip, allows you to get through your treatment faster, the rounded corners of this triangle allow you to get into small, hard to reach areas. So the under, like the inner corner of the eyes, around the nose, this is going to help reach those areas and those contours. It is the NanoStamp 360. There is a link on there. If you fill that out, we'll go ahead and send you the details on the device. So our tips, they come in 2 sizes now. So we've got our regular standard size tip, and this is going to be great for your scalp treatments, your face treatments. If you do body work, why is it disappearing there? We do have a larger one now for the body. They come in nano. So again, that's that true nano infusion. It's that chip. Microchanneling, it comes in 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75 depths. On our standard face tip that Elizabeth is using, there are 28 pins or needles on there. On the larger body size, it's double, so it's 55 pins on there. The other thing about these tips is it's a safety feature, and probably one of the best things about it, it's got a positive backstop. So if anyone is familiar with tattoo devices, cartridges, and standard microneedling cartridges, there's usually a plunger in the back of your tips, and that is what's moving your needles up and down. What can happen, there are select few devices out there that have proper backflow prevention. What that means is it stops any fluid coming from the front, the needle side of your tip, up into your device. So that could be your serums, bodily fluids, bloodborne pathogens. Because we don't have any moving parts from the front to the back, there's zero backflow on the design of this tip here. It's important to note that even though we're working at 0.25, we're not seeing blood. You don't have to see blood for bloodborne pathogens to be present. So safety is really, really important. Safety of your client and keeping your device clean, right? So we have those new barrier sheaths that are custom fit to the device. They wrap the device completely. And then we have the backflow prevention, because if you get bodily fluids up and in your device, the only way to properly sanitize that is to put it in an autoclave. And anything with a motor is not going to survive an autoclave. So safety and sanitation is super, super important. Okay.
All right, so I'm pretty much done here.
Okay.
And
So do you want to talk about the money piece?
yeah, I think, but let's talk about the money piece while she has the mask on.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So love the little cap because it's really easy to like make sure it's safe and you can kind of move on from what you were doing. So we are going to now apply the M.A.D Platinum Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating and Moisturizing Mask. One of the cool things about this is you can use this on open skin. That's really, really important because we have open channels on her skin. And how long do these channels stay open, Carla?
They will stay open. Typically, it's, you know, it's a couple hours or so. 0.25 should be about, you know, 2 hours or less.
So you won't see me apply finishing products on her, okay? I want her to go home. All I'm doing is applying a little bit more of the serum just to kind of finish off with a little bit extra. But this was about, I mean, less than halfway, and there's still easily 2 treatments left in here. So there's it does have a shelf life of quite a while. I believe it's about 6 months. So you can open it and keep it. Those little tubes come and you can open it and keep it open while you're using it. The other thing that I like about these masks is how much, there's so much solution inside. There is, like, it is super moisturized, super hydrating, super, like, just look at that, guys. It's amazing. So we are.
I was sorry. I was going to say, when you're using this, if you're going to be, I'm trying to find, I don't have one here to show you guys. I would recommend drawing it up in a syringe. When you're doing with the microchanneling treatment, draw it up in a syringe. You can get those blunt cannulas, which is what I was looking for. I have them all the
Yep,
time,
I
but now
have
that
one.
okay,
Tatiana's gonna grab
you
one.
can use the blunt cannulas to draw up. I would say 1 ml is more than
More
you
than
need.
enough.
Yeah,
Yep.
more than enough. So there's 5 mLs in that vial. You'll get about 5. 1 ml, draw it up on your syringe, and then you can use that to
Please.
apply it on the skin as well. So how long is the treatment? So this treatment, we're almost done, and this is with, talking you guys through it and everything. We're at about 15 minutes. For me, I do the whole treatment in about in 60 minutes. Elizabeth, how long does it take you to do the whole
Yeah,
treatment?
approximately 60 minutes. I would probably, if you were going to put it as in a schedule, I'd probably say schedule yourself 75 so you have
Yeah.
a little bit of working time. But yeah, you could do the whole treatment in 60 minutes approximately.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the money piece. Now this is the money making esthetician, and we're all here how learn how we can make more money with the same amount of time, right? We want to, I know there's been a lot of posts about charging for your value and charging the right amount, and like the dollar amount per minute that you're charging. Those are things that we really need to take into consideration. And we really need to look at from a business owner's perspective. By the way, this is cold therapy. And so Carla, what do you charge for this treatment? So wait, let's break it down another way first.
Yeah.
What would you charge for just a microchanneling?
So just the microchanneling alone, for a face, right? I normally charge $350 for that. That is just the microchanneling, just a face. And I book those on, it's a 60-minute appointment. So 60 minutes, $350. When I'm doing the Platinum Miami, I'm booking, so I can get it done in about 60 minutes, but as Elizabeth said, book it on 75. That gives you enough time to like clean up or, anything else. My price there starts at $550.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
I'm just
hydro by itself, we're talking about approximately $150, $200. That's a pretty average price for a hydro treatment that's a full facial like this. Now, when we're talking about microchanneling, like Carla said, it would be $350. So you have to think about what you would charge individually, create a price that's a little bit lower than that. I would say anywhere from $450 plus is what you should be charging for this treatment.
minimum. Yes. So I was just doing some math here. So the microchanneling, like I said, I booked that on a 60-minute appointment. That's everything for me, including flipping my room over for the next client. If I do the $350 and divide that, we're talking about price per minute, right?
Yeah.
That comes out to 5.83 per minute. On the Platinum Miami, I charge $550, 75 minutes. If you divide that, that's now 7.33 per minute. So the time difference isn't huge, right? Between my microchanneling only versus my whole Platinum Miami. The big difference there is the numbing, because I'm not numbing for Platinum Miami. I'm able to just go straight through on the whole treatment. When I do a
and you're also
microchanneling,
able to do more. I mean, it's
correct.
It feels like even though with microchanneling you're going to get amazing results, this is a lot more than a microchanneling treatment. So
Definitely.
the client is when your client that's used to getting your standard microchanneling, when they get this Platinum Miami facial, why would they ever want to go back?
Yes, for sure. So, with that 60 minutes of microchanneling, I'm not microchanneling the whole time. A lot of that is them sitting around with that numbing on. But like Elizabeth said, if your client can get more by combining modalities, why not, right? So yes, so price wise, that's the other objection I get is like, well, I don't know if my clients are going to pay for that. Again, as a professional, that's where we come in and are able to customize this for our clients, right? Explain to them why this works for them. YouTube can't do that for them, right?
No.
This is where you are so valuable as a professional, and you're able to guide your clients. So I love this protocol, like I said, for older clients, for younger clients with acne scars. So while microchanneling alone, yes, it's going to help their fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to help their acne scars. I'm going to get them to their goal a lot faster when I'm combining modalities this way, right?
Okay, Carla, I think it's time to show the before and after that you
Ah,
have, which is unbelievable.
it's on my phone here. I gotta,
This is after 3 platinum Miami facials.
yes. Where are we? Here we
And
go.
it is unbelievable the change in this client's skin.
Hang on, you guys. Something just kicked me out. I'm not sure what I just got kicked out of, but okay. You can still see me there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna just put it up. I don't know if can you guys see that?
Why don't you go ahead and put it up full screen.
Share. Okay, hang on one second. I gotta shoot this over to my computer and then I will share that with you guys. Having so much tech difficulties here today.
It's okay, girl.
Okay, so where did my Zoom go? There we go.
It's
Bear with me here.
unbelievable the amount of change that you see in these 2 photos. This is why before and afters with cumulative treatments like these are so important.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that because with the NanoStamp, I love the beginning of the education because they teach us how to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see the picture there?
Yes.
Yes. So, well, like I said, I could help with the acne scars. I can help with the texture of the skin, all of that with just the microchanneling. But I'm able to get there so much faster. It's kind of like riding a bike to get to your destination or getting in your car, right? You can
Yeah.
able to
Rather
get
get
them
in the
there,
car
right? Any day.
or
Oops,
the
I don't know.
helicopter or the plane. I'd much rather those.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, so there was a question about sanitizing, disinfecting the device. So for the NanoStamp, you would unwrap it, wipe it down with a cavi wipe, Sani cloth, an EPA grade hospital disinfectant type wipe, and that's all you need. And then like Maria said, in our training, you do get training included with the device. On the online training, it will cover everything you need to get started. Your marketing is in there, how to set up your tray, break down your tray. There are some tips as well in taking photos, consistent angles and lighting. The lighting in that photo I showed you is slightly different because the client sent me the after photo. Otherwise, I always have my photos in the same place, on the same wall, same lights are on and everything so that the photos are going to be consistent before and after. Because your angle and your lighting can drastically change your photo. Sometimes it can make it look worse when it's actually not worse, but it's your lighting or your angle. And then Elizabeth's device as well comes with training.
It does. You get access to DermaJEM University, and then you get a one-on-one live training with one of our trainers. And you also can sanitize a device using Cavicide. We teach you how to clean the tips with how to clean and disinfect the tips with cavi wipes, with Cavicide, sorry, not cavi wipes. And yeah, and that's it. And guys, we have reached the end of our Platinum Miami facials. So see, you can do it in 60 minutes, okay?
Right under 60 minutes, and that's with the demo and explaining everything, which usually takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So,
they asked how long the cold therapy was for, so I only did it for about 5 minutes. If you have the time, I would probably do it closer to 7 to 10 minutes, just to give her a little bit more time for the mask to be on and also to help bring down a little bit more inflammation. But yeah, I mean, she's ready to go. Think about all the things we did to her face. Her home care should be, Carla, when do you suggest after microchanneling they go back to their normal home care?
so usually even though the channels will close in a matter of like a couple hours, I will usually just have the client wait until the next morning, unless I'm doing a very early morning treatment, like early morning treatment, then I'll tell them they can start using their moisturizer like that night.
Yeah.
The reason that I have them wait usually, till the next morning is just this, you've got multiple things that we've just done to the skin. The channels were open and all of that. And so the skin can be a little more sensitive to products, even products that you've used forever and you've never had an issue with, right?
Yeah.
When the skin is open, and so this is the reason why we don't put something immediately after. When the skin is open, you are at a higher risk for sensitivities and allergies to things that you probably
Burning.
normally aren't, burning, all of that,
Everything.
right? So unless, I always say, unless the product is designed for open skin, I would just have them keep their skin clean. If they start to feel dry, tight, itchy during the day, I have my clients wash their hands, clean hands, pat on some water. They can do 100% hyaluronic acid. But other
Correct.
than that, just keeping the skin clean is going to be best. And then start their hydrating skincare routine in the morning. No
Yeah.
actives, right? We just did a ton of active things on the skin here, so no actives right now.
Yeah.
Question on pre and post care. Pre, I would say, working on pigmentation, I like to pre-treat my clients with pigmentation, so you can pre-treat that way. Making sure that their barrier is in good condition before you do something
Yes.
like this would also be very important. And then the post care is, again, hydration, and sunscreen, right?
SPF. SPF.
Non-negotiable on the
SPF, like it's your
SPF. Yeah.
job, like it's the only job you have, like nothing else matters in the world. Okay. SPF.
And that
Yeah, that's pretty
moisturization,
much it.
yeah, I was gonna say that first week or so, first few days, moisturize, 3 times if you need to, more if you need to. And that's also going to minimize the amount of flaking or peeling if you're gonna have any in your skin.
Yeah. And most
Okay.
people don't, honestly, with this treatment, most people don't. If they do, it's very, very minor, very minor.
Minors.
And also, I want to show you Hazel. She's had some time to kind of absorb all of the hyaluronic acid in that serum, and her skin looks a little pink, which is totally fine. She's going to be more sensitive to the sun. She's going to go home, cover her face, go home, and not leave her house today. And she's not. And then tomorrow, she's going to start on her sunscreen and all her stuff normally, without any actives for about 5 to 7 days, like Carla said.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the Platinum Miami facial. We just made $500. What do you think?
Yes. One more question on there
Yeah.
is the cost per treatment. So with the NanoStamp, your cost on this is a tip. Our tip is only $15. It is the lowest cost per tip for this type of a device, microchanneling device. And then your cost on the, what about on the DermaJEM?
Well, DermaJEM will be about $5 or so just
On the
for the
serum.
So that there's $20 and it's about $25 in M.A.D product, if I'm not mistaken. So the actual cost per treatment after the cost of the devices is just $50. And you're making $400 or $500. It's a pretty significant amount of money, and the kind of change you're able to make on your client's skin really is the key. Like I had a client that I did this to, and I don't work behind a chair. You'll only do this in this type of environment for teaching purposes. I had a client text me, and like 3 weeks after I did one of these on her, and tell me, I just woke up, I looked at my face and I'm crying. She's like, I have not seen my skin like this in years. So that's why we do these things, right? Like we all got into this, this thing to change people's lives because of, or for whatever reason you wanted to help people, right? And we want to make sure that that is at the heart of everything we do. But guess what, guys? We all have to make money. So it is okay for you to charge your worth, especially for a treatment like this.
Charge your worth. So that's the thing, right? Everyone's always afraid to charge, or at least I see a lot with the new estheticians. They're afraid to charge their worth. They're comparing themselves to the person next door. It doesn't matter what the person next door is charging. It is about you, the client, in your bed, and what you're able to give them. So, me and the person next door could be offering the same thing on our menu. What are the things that differentiate us, right?
So and there will be reasons why clients pick her, and why clients pick you. It's not a competition, guys. we need
There's
to
enough
work
room for
collaboratively.
everyone. Yes.
Not everything is for everyone, and not everyone does everything. So what if that person next door that does the same thing you do maybe doesn't offer a service that you do, and then they maybe offer services that you don't, and you're able to exchange clients that way? That's really, and a lot of the times I think about these estheticians that go solo for the first time and have been working in a spa, and they come with this built-in clientele, people that follow them, right? But they don't believe they should charge their worth. I've had clients, when I used to see clients, I had clients tell me, can you please charge more so it's easier for me to book treatment? Because
Yeah.
it takes too long for me to be able to book again with you. You need to
Your-
charge more so that you have less clients.
Right. I was gonna say your price is not the only reason people are gonna come to you, right?
Yes.
There's a client for everyone. And if you want to be that bargain person, right? And that's what you want to be known for, that's fine. But your clients are not coming to you strictly because of the price you're charging. And even
Correct.
if you charge more for that same service than somebody else, what value are you giving them, right? Are you educating them? Are you talking them through it? Do they understand why you're recommending this?
Mhm.
There's so much more that goes into your price than just the actual service or what the service is called. So
Absolutely.
do not underprice yourself because you think that's going to get you clients in the door, because there are also clients that are going to see that and be like, you know, why is
Why
it
is she
so
only
low?
charging
Why is
this
it
much?
right?
I don't think I want to go there. That's not what's usually charged. That's like, forgive me, but that's like when I see $150 Botox Groupon. I'm like, staying away from there. Never
Right.
going there in my life. God knows what they're projecting into people. So yeah, I don't do that. So it's the same idea. Guys, we hope that this was informative. I think we have gone past our time, but we hope that this was informative. We hope that you learned something today. We do have a package deal for everything that we used here today. We have the Aries Hydro and Micro, the NanoStamp 360, and all of the M.A.D products. And you also get how many of the microchannel tips? How many tips?
In this bundle, you're going to get I want to say
I
it's
believe it's 10.
10. Yes.
Yeah.
10.
We have this all for $5,999. Okay. Just the device, just my device is $5,199. Just the NanoStamp is priced at what, Carla?
The device by itself is 2,500. That's with nothing, just the device.
With nothing. The M.A.D products would normally run you at least $500-$600. So you're really, there's nothing to think about. If you want to buy the bundle, you can reach out to us at DermaJEM. You can reach out to Carla at NanoStamp. Our number is 888-510-0272. And Carla, how can they reach you?
My email is Carla, Karla, at 360aestheticdevices.com. That's aesthetic with an AE. You can also reach me directly, 650-262-1851.
And I also have in the Money Making Esthetician, we do have a group chat that is for DermaJEM. So if you can also reach out that way, or shoot us or shoot me a DM. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you. This was amazing.
I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.